Similarities and congruence. The ratio of length of corresponding size of two similar rectangular water tanks is 3 to 5. The volume of the smaller tank is 8.1 meter cube. Calculate the volume of the larger tank. Now we have been given the linear scale as 3, 5. That's just the ratio have been given. Now if we cubed the linear scale, we get the volume scale factor. Now this gives us something to work on. We will say 27, which is the cube of 3, represents 8.1 meter cubed. What about 125, which is the cube of 5? So we cross multiply and find that 125 represents 37.5 meter cube. So the volume of the larger tank is 37.5 meter cubed. Pieces of soap are packed in a cuboid container measuring 36 centimeter by 24 centimeter by 18 centimeter. Each piece of soap is similar to the container. If the linear scale factor between the container and the soap is 1/6, find the volume of each piece of soap. Now the linear scale we have been given as 1/6. Now the volume scale factor will be, we shall cube 1/6, so that for 1 we get 1 and 6 we get 216. Now 1 represents the volume of the soap, a piece of soap, and 216 represents the volume of the cuboid. Now we know the volume of the cuboid. The volume of the cuboid we shall get it by taking the product between its length, width, and height, which is 36, 24, and 18, and we get it to be 15,552 centimeter cubed. Now 216 represents 15,552 centimeter cube. What about 1? So we cross multiply and we get that 1 represents 72 centimeter cubed. So the volume of each piece of soap is 72 centimeter cubed. The volume of two similar solid cylinders are 4,752 cubic centimeter and 1,408 cubic centimeter. If the area of the curved surface of a similar cylinder is 352 centimeters squared, find the area of the curved surface of the larger cylinder. Now, the volume scale factor we have been given. We shall try to break those volume scale factor into their prime factors. So for 1,408, we get the prime factors are 7 raised to the power, 2 raised to the power 7 multiplied by 11, and for the other cylinder, which has a volume of 4,752, to be 2 raised to the power 4 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 3 and 11. Now we compare those prime factors and we select only those that can be grouped into cubes. Like 2 raised to the power 7, we only have 2 raised to the power 6, which can be cubed or which can get cube root. So we shall ignore 1, 2. And 11 we cannot find the cube root of it. so we shall ignore. So for the first container, the volume scale factor shall be 2 raised to the power of 6. And for the second container, the volume scale factor shall be 2 raised to the power of 3 and 3 raised to the power of 3. We ignore one of the two for the second container and the 11 because we cannot get the cube root of that, so that cannot reliably represent for us the volume scale factor. So the volume scale factor of those two containers compared is 64 and 216. Having gotten the volume scale factor, we can now get the linear scale factor by getting the cube root of 64 to get 4, of 216 to get 6. Having gotten the linear scale factor, it's now easy to square the linear scale factor and get the area scale factor. So if we square 4, we get 16. If we square 6, we get 36. Now, 16 represents 352 centimeters squared. What will 36 represent? 36 will represent, if we cross multiply the relation, we get that 36 will represent 792 centimeter squared. So the curved surface of the larger cylinder is 792 centimeters squared. In the figure below, angles BAC, BAC and ADC are equal. Angle ACD is a right angle. The ratio of sides AC and BC is 4 to 3. Given that the area of triangle ABC is 24 centimeters squared, find the area of triangle ACD. Now, since we have been given the ratio of the sides AC and BC, that becomes our linear scale factor. So our linear scale factor for the two triangles compared is 3 over 4. Now the area scale factor, we shall square the linear scale factor. We shall find for the larger triangle is 16 and the smaller one is 9. So 9 represents 24 centimeters squared. What will be 16 represent? We cross multiply the relationship and we find that the area of triangle ACD is 42 and 2/3 centimeter squared. A glass in form of a frustum of a cone is represented by the diagram below. The glass contains water to a height of 9 centimeters. The bottom of the glass is a circle radius 2 centimeters, while the surface of water is a circle radius of 6 centimeters. A. Calculate the volume of water in the glass. B. When a spherical marble is submerged into the water in the glass, the water level rises by 1 centimeter. Calculate the volume of the marble and also calculate the radius of the marble. Now here, before you obtain the first drum, what was the original cone? So we find the volume of the original cone and we get it to be 509.414 centimeter cube. Now we have the removed cone that was cut to relieve the first drum. We find also its volume and we get it as 18.86. So the volume of the water we subtract the 2 and we get it to be 490.28 centimeter cube. Now, here we shall do some relationship. We know that the height of 4.5 represents 2 centimeter radius. What will be the height of 14.45 represent? It will represent 6.42 centimeter. Now we know the volume of the cone, which has a height of 14.5 centimeter, is 30 centimeter cube. Now the new volume of water will be now 630 minus 18.86 to get 611.114 cubic centimeter. Now, what will be the volume of the marble? The volume of the marble, we shall take 611.14 minus 490.28 to get it as 120.86. Now, having gotten the volume of the marble, we know that the volume of the marble is given as 4/3 pi r cubed. Now we have the volume, and we have the other. So we shall relate the volume to 4/3 pi r cubed, and inserting the other values, we compute for r, and we get the r, the radius is 3.067 centimeters. A small cone of height 8 centimeters is cut from a bigger cone to leave a frustum of height 16 centimeters. If the volume of the smaller cone is 160 centimeter cubed, find the volume of the frustum. Now here we shall have the linear scale factor to compare the smaller cone and the original cone. So the volume scale factor will be 1/27. Now we have the smaller one is represented by 1, which is 160. What will be the larger one? The larger one will be represented by 27, which gives us 4320. So you subtract the 2 and we get that the first sum has a volume of 4,160 centimeter cube. Now the other one is self-explanatory. You can follow my workings. If you are not able, put a comment down there. This one is also self-explanatory. Try it and see if you get the answer I've gotten.